What is empathy? Empathy is understanding others' feelings. It's like stepping into their shoes. You see their point of view. You show you care. Benny the bluebird. Benny was a happy bluebird. He loved to sing and fly. One day, Benny saw a little squirrel. The squirrel was crying under a tree. A tiny tear. Benny, the little bluebird, landed gently near the squirrel, who was sitting under a large oak tree. The squirrel's eyes were downcast, and he clutched an acorn tightly in his tiny paws. Benny tilted his head and asked softly, "Why are you sad, little squirrel?" The squirrel looked up, his eyes glistening with unshed tears. "I lost my favorite acorn," he sniffled, his voice trembling with emotion. Benny's heart ached for the little creature. He noticed a tiny tear roll down the squirrel's cheek, glistening in the sunlight like a precious gem. Benny hopped closer and said, "Don't worry, my friend. We'll find it together." The squirrel's eyes widened with a glimmer of hope. "Really? You'd help me?" Benny nodded enthusiastically. "Of course. Friends help each other." The squirrel wiped away his tear and managed a small smile. "Thank you, Benny. That means a lot to me." Benny spread his wings and took to the air, scanning the ground below for any sign of the lost acorn. The squirrel followed, his heart feeling a little lighter with each step. A helping wing. Benny, the little bluebird, always had a big heart. He wanted to help anyone in need. He knew how it felt to lose something special, as he once lost his favorite feather. One sunny morning, while flying over the forest, Benny heard a soft sobbing sound. He followed the sound and found a little squirrel named Sammy, who was crying under a big oak tree. Sammy had lost his precious acorn, the one he had been saving for winter. Benny felt a pang of empathy and decided to help Sammy find his acorn. He searched high and low, flitting from tree to tree and peeking under every bush. Benny's determination never wavered. Hours passed, but Benny didn't give up. Finally, just as the sun began to set, Benny spotted a glimmering acorn nestled in the grass. With a joyful chirp, he picked it up and flew back to Sammy. The squirrel's eyes lit up with happiness as Benny returned the acorn to him. Sammy thanked Benny profusely, and from that day on, they became the best of friends. Benny's act of kindness had not only helped Sammy, but also brought them both a new friendship. Warm feelings all around. The squirrel was so happy. "Thank you, Benny," he cheered. Benny felt good too. Helping the squirrel made his heart happy. You can show empathy too. Empathy makes the world a kinder place. You can show empathy by helping others. You can show empathy by being a good friend. When you show empathy, you spread joy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. It's like putting yourself in someone else's shoes and feeling what they feel. Imagine how wonderful it would be if everyone practiced empathy every day. The world would be filled with more compassion, understanding, and kindness. You can show empathy in many ways. For instance, if you see someone who is sad, you can offer a listening ear or a comforting hug. Sometimes, just being there for someone can make a huge difference. You can also show empathy by being patient and understanding when someone is having a tough time. Being a good friend means being empathetic. It means celebrating your friend's successes and supporting them through their challenges. When you show empathy, you create stronger, more meaningful connections with others. Empathy is not just about grand gestures. It's also about the small, everyday actions. A smile, a kind word, or a simple act of kindness can go a long way. By showing empathy, you contribute to a more joyful and harmonious world. So let's all make an effort to be more empathetic and spread joy wherever we go.